Football is the king of sports and has a powerful influence all over the world. However, most Americans are not interested in this sport. Why don't Americans like football? Most Americans are indifferent to the beautiful game. While the rest of the world revolves around football, they spend their time on other sports such as baseball, American football, basketball, or other popular forms of entertainment. Americans are known for their creativity and outstanding achievements. As a result, most Americans take great pride in their country and in the things produced locally. This is especially true in the world of sports. Most Americans are more interested in sports that were created in their own country. Meanwhile, football is a sport that was imported from European countries. This is one of the main reasons why Americans remain indifferent to the king of sports. American culture wants to be the best at everything, and since they can't be the best at soccer, that's probably a valid reason to dislike the sport. Nobody likes to lose. For example, when you walk into a fast food restaurant, they'll serve lots of soda and huge fries. Everyone drives huge trucks, the streets are wide, and there are even lots of people. Therefore, it's perfectly normal for things like that to be reflected in sports as well. If you look at the rankings of the top 3 sports in America, they all have very high scores. Therefore, it is perfectly normal for this mindset to be reflected in sports as well. If we look at the ranking of the top 3 sports in America, they all have very high scores. In American football, teams typically score between 20 and 29 points per game. In contrast, the average number of points a baseball team scores in a game is 9. In basketball, an NBA team scores at least 97 points per game. However, in soccer, we do not see such a high number of goals in each match. In the past, matches often had an average of 5 goals per game, which was truly a significant number. Nowadays, matches are becoming increasingly competitive, and it is rare to see an average of more than 2 to 2.6 goals per game. Smaller players also do not always fit the common image valued in American society, which can make soccer less appealing to some people. In basketball, the average player is about 2 meters tall and weighs nearly 100 kilograms. In American football, the average player is around 1.92 meters tall and weighs about 115 kilograms. Whether it's badminton, volleyball, or any other sport, it has its own rules. However, players and athletes always try to cheat on their results. Such unethical behavior may or may not be visible, but it is always a negative factor. Most Americans consider soccer a rigged sport. Players often try to steal the ball from opponents by violating the rules and blinding referees and fans. This has led to increasing dissatisfaction and indifference among Americans towards soccer. Another reason why soccer is not popular in the United States is that American culture is highly business-oriented. Businesses in the United States want to make as much money as possible, and major television networks are no exception. Clearly, their main source of income from broadcasting sporting events is advertising. On the other hand, soccer has long periods of continuous play and only one halftime break. This makes the sport less suitable for advertising, which means major television networks are less likely to prioritize broadcasting it. Another factor is opportunity cost. American culture unconsciously values the economic principle of opportunity cost. This refers to the potential loss of profit from alternative choices when one option is selected. In other words, Americans value the time they can save, which is why they have traditionally had fewer vacations, longer working hours, and less free time than people in many other countries. They want to make the best possible use of the limited free time they have, and watching a 2-hour soccer match just to see 2 goals is not something many of them would feel especially excited about.